MrBeast messed up. Big time. I feel like I wake up every day to new allegations against MrBeast that are somehow worse than the previous allegations, and now there are just so many.
Oh God! You know what? I was in chat, guys. I didn't even watch the video, chat, guys. I'm calling out Ludwig. Okay, dude, stop pandering, man, bro. Bro, Ludwig used to pander years ago. How is he still doing it, man? Stop pandering, brother. Most of the allegations that he's seeing, brother. Nice that he knew about it, okay? But a lot of them are apparent on the videos. And a lot of the things, we've watched clips, watched videos, we knew about this shit, okay? The new stuff isn't even the wrong one, like the wrong stuff. The wrong stuff is like things that are apparent. Let's not act like we didn't see it.
Allegations, they're hard to keep track of. And apparently, the worst is yet to come. He is taking an astronomical amount of L's. So many so, the explosion of L's is so big, I'm getting hit by the shrapnel of it all. And initially, I wasn't going to make a mogul mail about the MrBeast situation. And that was for two reasons. The first one is because I made a video on this channel about a week ago called I Don't Like This Channel. And in it, I basically talk about how I don't like doing drama videos. Drama videos do really well. They get millions and millions of views, but those viewers only want more.
Dude, I hate being against... Dude, I guess I want to burn all my bridges, okay? But listen, I disagree. Mogul mails are usually everybody's take or whatever, right? And that mogul mail, they were forced to take a stance and actually make an opinion that isn't public opinion. And both him and the Moist Critical both have to finally say something that is standing on business, right? And they both got it wrong, pretty much, right? When people don't agree. And they got cooked. And Moist said, oh, I'm reeling back. And Ludwig says, I like this channel. Guys, stop. Stop acting like you take stances that are what you think, and it's fine. It's just you guys take stances that the public agrees with. That's it. It is what it is. It's not a big of a deal, but that's the truth, though.
Or drama videos. So I looked into more drama to make more videos to satisfy the viewers, and it's kind of... You
guys say says you. You're not allowed to say says you while simultaneously saying that I have bad takes. You can't do it, chat. You can't do that. If you guys call me out every day on my 0 IQ takes, okay? You can't say that I abide by public opinion. My takes are shit because they are my takes. Stop copying everybody else's things like, well, my take is good because public says it's good. Shut up, fucking bitch. How about making your own opinion? How about you fucking say, hey guys, I'm gonna think this for my brain. Your brain is only 1 out of 1 and you don't use it for what it's for. Doing a 1 out of 1 interpretation, bitch. Stop fucking being a... I see, I do.
kind of a negative cycle. Like it loops, it feeds itself. It makes a lot of money. That's great. That's cool. But the viewers that come from it and the content that I make from it isn't something that I'm proud of or like. So I want to stop doing it. Over the past year, I've made half as many drama videos. And over the next year, I'll make a quarter as many until eventually I make none at all. But with this situation, it's obviously different. You know, not talking about MrBeast after he is the most viewed video on my channel. I've appeared on his channel like numerous times. I know the guy personally. People obviously want to know my opinion. But I still thought making a mogul mail might be a mistake because I'm biased. I'm biased because I know MrBeast the person, and so MrBeast as the owner of MrBeast the company, the malfeasance he's done, how he's treated his employees poorly. I'm coming in with a POV of what I have seen, which is going to taint looking at it objectively. So I figured making a mogul mail is not the best idea. And it's not like I'm hiding the situation by not making a mogul mail on it. Frankly, there is a lot of coverage on it.
Well, man, I don't like that, chat. I'm gonna be honest with you. The language, I don't like it. It's like, do you know why I don't like it? Because it's like, that's fine. I'm not.
More than probably any situation outside of maybe someone making an apology with a ukulele in the past 5 years. So I figured all I really needed to do was address this situation by watching like the Dogpack 404 video from the former MrBeast employee on stream, and then I could move on to doing things that I wanted to do, like gaming, playing Super Mario 64, enjoying the State Farm gamer hood, yada, yada, yada.
It's like I'm biased in a good way, right? Until public opinion shifts so much that I swap and I also am, oh guys, now that it's flipped, well, I can't do this anymore, right? It's like, dude, I don't like that. You can always stand like, I don't like that. It's flip-floppy.
And anyway, this led to what I would argue is my greatest title and thumbnail ever. Does MrBeast fake his videos? Kids discuss. And also led to my worst live stream ever. because frankly, the live stream was embarrassing. It was me watching the video, like kind of just trudging through it, pausing, talking about random aimless shit, trying to basically get through it so I could say, look, I've watched this thing. Now can I please move on to gaming, without actually objectively looking at what's being said and, admonishing where MrBeast went wrong and giving my actual opinion on it. I basically wanted to just get it over with without actually.
This is me. I did that. You wanna know why I did that, chat? Okay? Because maybe the video was poorly made, okay? But here's how it works, I think. In a lot of things. You start your crusade with the best you got, the best argument, the most solid thing, right? The thing that is absolutely gonna stick, and then you work your way down to things that are a little bit weaker, right? These videos start with some fucking dog shit I don't give a fuck about, I don't agree with, I think it's just flat out wrong, and I'm like, this is dog shit. So you lose my attention, and I don't care about the rest of it. That's what it is. Call it the guy's fault, my fault, I don't give a shit, I don't care.
Actually taking it at face value. And don't also have to take my word for it. You can look at the fucking like to dislike ratio on that live stream. I think it's the worst live stream I've ever done in terms of dislikes. 53%. That's a failing grade. And it was so bad, in fact. This live stream I did was so bad. I took such a big L. Okay, chat, you're about to take a public L. Guys, I'm telling you, chat, today, I'm about to unveil your hypocrisy, and you're not gonna like it. Okay? Here's a good one. Okay, here's a good hypocrite scenario. Okay, today we saw a clip of Aiden and Hassan saying it. This is illegal. This is illegal. Right? And then Aiden says, "Oh, dude, I can't believe you're doing this." Blah blah. And this is, well, right? And then people act like they know. Hey, dude, it's the law. We know this. It's all. Okay. Then if you saw the video of MrBeast and it's his illegal lottery for months or years of it, how come people didn't call it out? How come it wasn't on the news? How come it wasn't talked about? How come it's so known? It's the law, guys. We know this. But how come it's been out there, right, in front of you for millions to see for multiple years and nobody blinked an eye? It's almost like people don't care until public opinion shifts, and then they do care, and they act like they cared all along, but they didn't. It just looks better to care now, and it looks better to say that you cared the whole time. It's fucking hypocrisy. It's lame. Stop validating that type of behavior. It's fucking cringe. Be better, fucking bitches. That one of the biggest ASM artists on YouTube, a quarter of the internet known for trying to calm people down and relax them,
xQc.
made a 15-minute video roasting me. This is one of the biggest ASMR YouTubers. He put on a fucking roast session. Got rid of the ASMR. He usually makes commentary about ASMR scandals, which apparently there are a lot of. I didn't know about all that. And paused to talk about me in the videos titled "The Controlled Opposition to MrBeast."
Okay, it's shady, not illegal, in a gray area. Learn to read. Okay, that's what I said last time. You guys said I was an apologist. I said, yeah. I don't know the laws in that country. I don't know I don't know the laws, right? But it feels.
Anyway, I'm going to play a portion of it here.
Ludwig, especially, navigate through this entire drama and issue with the MrBeast company over the past few weeks has got to be some of the most insufferable content I think I've ever seen. And don't take my word for it. Take his audience's word for it. Ludwig or...
And he's totally right about that fact. The audience was not happy. And look, man, I wasn't happy. It's not like I'm fucking looking back at that stream and I'm like, damn, kill that one. It was bad. This is fake. I just showed you the likes, dislikes. I don't know where this is from, but his point still stands. And JoJo continues to go on to basically say that, you know, I spent most of the video focusing on like a few points that were maybe weaker in the Dogpack 404 video rather than the broader points that were bad, like the illegal lottery or like forging his signature on different hoodies.
Now, instead of actually addressing the serious allegations to do with promoting gambling for children and illegal...
So what in the... Okay, guys, I don't know if it was analyzed legally or by some legal body or some lawyer. What if it turns out it's not illegal, right? It's not actually illegal, right? And everybody just fucking said that out there, right? And portrayed that and just slandered his name like that. What happens then? I mean, he could come after everybody, right?
lotteries, Ludwig spends commentary towards how Dogpack 404 knew MrBeast had staged his 7 days out at sea, and how Dogpack could verify that MrBeast was on a yacht or not, which completely just...
Now, just to push back a little.
What does the legal eagle say about this? I didn't see the video. I clicked through it.
That Mr.
Chat, what does he say about this? What is the conclusion of this? Of the lottery or whatever?
Well, MrBeast offering a prize for buying a T-shirt, which arguably does constitute
I didn't
a
realize I
lottery,
clicked through it then.
with all MrBeast videos that happen to involve prizes in general. But these are very different situations, and the analysis is different too. MrBeast is known for giving subscribers a chance to take part in his videos, and Dogpack takes issue with this, arguing that, quote,
So yeah, the random subscribers you see in challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to MrBeast, and oftentimes friends and family of MrBeast employees, or just the employees themselves.
and he highlighted some specific videos as backs up his claims, specifically the video Boys vs. Girls for $500,000. He says the whole thing was rigged because the contestants weren't random subscribers.
Let's look at this video. Not only were the results of this video completely scripted, but the contestants are not random subscribers.
So many people had jobs.
Oh, that doesn't have to get out for her job? I guess you forgot she's your hiring manager. I actually recognize a lot of people in this video, including Jimmy's own girlfriend.
Chucky Appleby acknowledged that some of the players were friends or employees. Quote, the employees in the video were there to fill in for people who tested positive for COVID last minute right before filming. Jimmy's girlfriend mentioned this on a podcast over a year ago. If it wasn't for COVID, they would not have been in it. They had the same money on the line as everyone else. And Dogpack also said that he received text messages from another Beast worker who said they had to rig the game so that the boys didn't win by so much.
According to a former MrBeast employee, it would have been a PR problem if the boys had won by a lot. And because so many of the female contestants were MrBeast employees who got out immediately, production stepped in to actually make the results of the challenge closer.
Now, there's absolutely nothing illegal about using friends or acquaintances in your videos. And it doesn't necessarily follow that just because MrBeast might have known some of the people who appeared in his videos.
I know what he's
that he
saying.
rigged the
I'm
videos.
not saying it. Are you not saying
Now,
it?
your mileage may
I'm
vary
not
as to
saying
whether
it.
it's a good or bad look to include friends in videos where there's money on the line. Now, arguably, you might conclude that if the video makes it appear that every contestant is random, and it turns out that that's not the case, then it makes it more likely that the outcome is rigged in their favor. MrBeast, after all, might want to patronize his friends. But you might also conclude that there is no connection between the identity of the contestants and the outcome. Now, I haven't reviewed every single MrBeast video. I have a life. Personally, I think this is probably closer to the truth, but I can see how people might feel deceived. And as it happens, I happen to know several people who have appeared in MrBeast videos. Again, because he needed someone to fill in at the last second, and they happen to be nearby. In fact, you might know them, Dave the Agent and Patrick Willems. I can tell you, the video was not rigged in their favor at all. They happened to be taking a tour of MrBeast facilities and got pegged to fill in at the last moment to put an entire GameStop inside of a triangle. They actually succeeded, and they've told me that everyone was shocked that they were able to do it.
Everyone's got to let go at the same time. 3, 2, 1. Everyone let go. Everyone let go. No one touching it. No one. Oh, congratulations!
It was definitely not rigged or predetermined. Now, I can't speak to all MrBeast videos, but in at least one instance where he knew the contestants, the video was certainly not rigged. And I do know that logistically, since many of MrBeast videos are filmed in his hometown of Greenville, North Carolina, it's often hard to fill all of the spots for his videos. And I also know that MrBeast and his team invest in hundreds or thousands of cameras, producers, and video editors to be able to record and cull through thousands of hours of footage for his videos. And my feelings that MrBeast will do whatever's possible to make the most engaging and entertaining video possible. But I certainly can't speak to every video he's ever made, nor can I speak to the audience expectations.
Well, this is
of
actually
videos that he does.
decent
But let's say that the
interpretation.
videos were rigged, completely manipulated, and predetermined. Would that be illegal? Dogpack alleges that MrBeast rigged the game so that the boys didn't win by so much. MrBeast changed the rules or offered different challenges throughout the 100 hours. At one point, he says he wanted to make the game more competitive by trying to introduce more boys to drop out. And in one sense, duh, this is a MrBeast video. He makes various offers and changes the rules to make things more
I'll go back to the lottery part.
He manipulates-
Chat, is the lottery part before or nay? Guys, where's the lottery parts? Oh, it's probably gonna be here, right?
the events to add drama, much like any game show where things occur to make things
Hey,
interesting.
guys.
But here, let's make a distinction. There are the rules as laid out to the
I don't
contestants
mind.
before they participate, and the rules as laid out in the video. Now, you can imagine that the contract between the contestant and, I don't know, Beast Enterprises lays out certain terms for the relationship. Now, I've never seen one of those contracts. My guess is that it gives Beast Enterprises quite a lot of flexibility to deal with the contestant.
True.
But if they breach those terms, then they might be liable for breach of contract or maybe even fraud. And then there are the terms that show up in the final video after the filming. Those might not be the same. Now, whether you're allowed to change the rules in the video largely depends on how much freedom you have in the rules in your contract with the contestant. Now, remember this because we'll come back to it in a second. Now, following up on the allegations from Dogpack, YouTuber Upper Echelon claimed that MrBeast videos are just flat out illegal. For example, Rosanna Pansino was featured in MrBeast competition series called Creator Games, which pits YouTube personalities against each other in games like hide and seek. She claimed that MrBeast selectively edited the video to make it appear that she did not finish in the top 3, and instead they made it look like Logan Paul did finish in the top 3.
Survivor, despite being mentioned by this alleged former employee in passing, has a particularly relevant lawsuit brought forward by a contestant of Season 1, where she alleges that producers of the show engaged in a scheme to prearrange outcomes by persuading, influencing, or intimidating contestants.
And she claimed that MrBeast changed the rules. Originally, they were told they couldn't hide in the ceiling, but the winner was allowed to hide in the ceiling. Now, Upper Echelon claims that MrBeast did exactly the same thing that landed the TV show Survivor in legal hot water.
47 USC 509, which pertains to, quote,
Did they win the lawsuit?
prohibited practices in contests of knowledge, skill, or chance.
Now, whether you think it's a good idea to use clever editing or manipulating the rules to change the outcome is not the same thing as necessarily being against the law. But Upper Echelon points to a lawsuit by Season 1 Survivor contestant Stacey Stillman, who was the third person ever voted off the series.
Well, the weather has spoken, and the tribe has spoken. Time for you to go.
However, she later alleged that the show creator, Mark Burnett, actually orchestrated her demise. She claims that Burnett intervened in the game by convincing 2 of her teammates to vote her off the island rather than a contestant who had been a fan favorite, Rudy Bosch. Bosch was a gruff former Navy SEAL who was quick with one-liners.
The only reason I'd bring a Bible is if, I'm religious too, if I needed toilet paper.
Burnett allegedly believed that Rudy was better for ratings than Stillman, and Bosch later placed 3rd in the game. Stillman is a lawyer, so she sued for fraud, breach of contract, and unlawful business practices in violation of California Business and Professions Code 17200, with the predicate being 47 U.S.C. 509. Now, the parties settled before trial, as most lawsuits do. But the interesting thing about Stillman's complaint is that she claimed that Burnett violated 47 U.S.C. 509, which is a federal law that regulates contests that are run by TV and radio broadcasters and their sponsors. It says it shall be unlawful for any person with intent to deceive the listening or viewing public to supply any contestant in a purportedly bona fide contest of intellectual knowledge or intellectual skill, any special and secret assistance whereby the outcome of such contest will be in
Wait, so you tell me that the laws are, they're archaic to the modern world of YouTube and social media, whatever, and it's not basically illegal because it's not on TV or whatever, it's on YouTube or some shit?
In part prearranged or predetermined, by means of persuasion, bribery, intimidation, or otherwise, to induce or cause any contestant in a purportedly bona fide contest of intellectual knowledge or intellectual skill to refrain in any manner from using or displaying his knowledge or skill in such contest, whereby the outcome thereof will be in whole or in part predetermined or prearranged. Or 3, to engage in any artifice or scheme for the purpose of prearranging or predetermining in whole or in part the outcome of a purportedly bona fide contest of intellectual knowledge, intellectual skill, or chance. This is the basis for the FCC's contest rule, which provides that it's illegal to predetermine or prearrange the outcome of a contest or to broadcast a predetermined or prearranged contest. It stems from a series of quiz shows in the 1950s that were absolutely rigged. And in fact, there's a great Ray Fiennes movie about this particular situation. The FCC requires broadcasters to disclose rules and policies applicable to their contests, including the method of entry, eligibility restrictions, entry deadlines, prize restrictions, winner selection procedures, and the value of the prize. And after analyzing the statute, Upper Echelon points to a situation in the Boys vs. Girls video that he claims runs afoul. In particular, he points to a situation where MrBeast tried to coax one of the boys who knew how to solve a Rubik's Cube from leaving the contest to make it more fair to the other contestants who did not know how to solve a Rubik's Cube in the Rubik's Cube challenge.
I can't personally say at what specific point in time a creator who owns a media company that is 10 or 20 times larger and more successful than mainstream broadcast television networks becomes liable under those same rules.
So yeah, seems like manipulation may be in the service of predetermining the outcome. But the FCC does not regulate radio or television that is not broadcast over the airwaves. Its website even says the FCC does not regulate online content. The reason for this is the First Amendment. You're generally allowed to produce whatever kind of TV show you want or YouTube video that you want. It was thought, and still is, that when it came to shows that were broadcast over the air before cable TV or largely the internet, because that was a limited resource, the argument went, the government had more say over what could be broadcast.
Okay, so this part is that it's not legal. It's just kind of shady or deceiving. It's like, I guess it's kind of morally on the edge. So bad. What about the lottery one? Is it towards the video or by the end of it or the beginning?
And we had told you, hey,
important as the general law on defamation. Now, as you probably know, a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA, is a legal contract between at least 2 parties that outlines confidential material, knowledge, or information that the parties wish to share with each other for
the video.
And chance, which means that the winner is determined by luck. If all 3 of these elements are present and the lottery is not regulated, it is likely illegal, because lotteries in the United States are...
Let me like the video. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to have bad takes. If you're coming out having bad takes, I'm gonna fucking watch your shit, make an opinion, or solidify my own opinion, and then I got a take, so if you don't have more takes than
a contract, what I'll generally call a contest, which is not based on chance so much as skill or intellect. And that's why it's generally legal to have a prize for a contest, even when there's an entry fee, because it's not based on chance and therefore does not constitute a lottery. Lotteries are distinct from sweepstakes and raffles, which are legal. Sweepstakes are games where a person is chosen randomly to win a prize, and sweepstakes participants do not give consideration to enter. Now, we'll talk more about this in a second, but the reason a sweepstakes is generally allowable in the context of buying something to enter is that there is an option to enter the same sweepstakes without a purchase necessary. And a raffle is an activity in which people buy tickets with different numbers, some of which are later chosen to win prizes, that's organized in order to make money for a good social purpose. And raffles are generally only legal when they're conducted by non-profits.
Oh,
so let's go back to the video that people are claiming is an illegal lottery. During a 2020 live stream, the MrBeast crew sold limited edition t-shirts that cost $42. The sign in the background says, buy a shirt and I'll sign it.
For those of you who are just joining, if you buy one of our limited edition 40 mil special shirts, we're celebrating 40 million subscribers with a really big video, then we will sign that shirt, and some of them will get random prizes like this.
So the parameters of the offer were that a fan buys an autographed t-shirt and they get the possibility of winning a prize. The winners were supposed to be chosen randomly at different intervals, but MrBeast changed the rules of the giveaway midstream.
They would say something like, buy in the next 5 minutes for a chance to win, and then 7 minutes later go, actually, the newest order in 30 seconds is going to win.
Dogpack says that during the 6-hour live stream, MrBeast offered 46 illegal lotteries with a retail value of over $47,000. Now, typically when you review the terms and conditions of a giveaway like this one, the first disclaimer you'll see is the statement, no purchase necessary. That's how you get around the lottery rules. You offer people a way to participate in the sweepstakes without having to purchase anything. Now, MrBeast's 6-hour live streams look a little sloppy. They're not like the MrBeast videos of today. The full video isn't available anymore, so we don't know whether there was a disclaimer in the video or in the description, but it does look like a purchase was required and there was no free way to enter. So in some jurisdictions, MrBeast probably would have been running an illegal lottery. And if true, he probably wouldn't be alone. This was frankly pretty common on YouTube back in the day. And it's also common for YouTubers to get legal advice later after they become more successful. Remember, kids, talk to your lawyer early and often. We can often...
Boom. Because that is verbatim exactly what I said. Exactly what I said.
Save you a ton of headache in the future. But not offering a free method of participation is a pitfall that I've seen a lot of YouTubers do when it comes to giveaways or bonuses. It's so common, in fact, that a very large YouTuber, Captain Sparkles, even admitted to doing the same thing while he was talking about this MrBeast situation.
Yes, I said, yeah, it probably was. There's a chance it was illegal, right? But even then, I'm more on the side of saying he probably didn't know, probably was stupid, probably didn't have lawyers, right? And then down the line, okay, yeah, that was fucking dog shit. They took it all down and reformed into doing better in the future, which is like, okay, yeah, that was bad. But is it like some, oh my God, I'm gonna go, yo, world, let's go against this guy, fuck him for this. Like, dude, I don't really think so. If you wanna do that, sure, but whatever.
Admit to something here that may be past the statute of limitations, but the way that I found out about illegal lotteries to begin with is because I accidentally did one.
You know, if it were me, even if it were super common, I would not admit to breaking the law on camera. But, you know, you do you. That's more work for lawyers in the future. And a lot of private companies have gotten in trouble for doing the same kind of giveaway. The Department of Justice concluded that the Ironman Triathlon organization conducted an illegal lottery by charging athletes $50 for a chance to compete in its world championship. So the World Triathlon Corp, which runs Ironman, also encouraged people to pay an additional $50 to purchase memberships in a club that would increase their chances of getting into the championship race. They didn't offer a refund to people whose entries weren't chosen and gave them no future credit towards registration for those that were chosen. And the company ran this promotion for decades, between 1983 and 2015. But as a result, the company agreed to forfeit the $2.76 million that they had collected and cease the lottery practice, though it denied any wrongdoing. Now, there is one more interesting...
Negligence or ignorance is not a good defense. I know that. We're not talking about the law right now. We're talking about the interaction between the law and public opinion. People act like they care. They didn't care back then, and I get it. I through what he's doing now, I just said that, yeah, they probably fucked up. Realized that afterwards, right? Is it some... Am I gonna say that he's intentionally being a fucker or was being a bitch ass? And dude, what an evil person. That's not a question I'm gonna make. If you want to make that, sure.
I
just don't. I'm not gonna do it.
He's potentially engaging in illegal lottery.
That's just
we talked about the different elements of a lottery. You have to have
that would make me a Ludwig. I don't want to be a Ludwig. I'm not gonna pander because at the time I didn't care. Nobody cared. I still kind of don't care.
Of chance, there has to be a prize, but also the people looking to participate in the lottery have to offer consideration. Now, consideration for the purposes of lotteries is often construed narrowly. It does not need to include money. If a person has to make an effort to register, this can constitute consideration under the law. So, for example, if you pay $42 for a t-shirt in exchange for the chance to win a prize, you've definitely provided consideration. And likewise, if you have to complete a long survey or make several trips to the store, many regulatory authorities also say that you've made a significant effort to get into a lottery. But not everything qualifies as consideration. If you mail a postcard to enter into a contest, the 50-cent postage does not count as consideration in most jurisdictions. So in another one of MrBeast's giveaways, he purchased 1,000 Samsung phones and gave them away randomly to people who subscribed to his channel. Now, whether this is an illegal lottery or a legal sweepstakes depends on whether the state law construes subscribing to the channel as consideration. Now, in North Carolina, where MrBeast is based...
Well, that's also fucking insane, though, chat, because that would mean that people that subscribed before the video are subscribed and they're probably eligible to win the contest. Is it new subscribers that can win? Old ones? That makes the whole format a fucking disaster.
The promotion includes a purchase, payment, or substantial effort, and is a game of chance resulting in a prize, then it's likely an illegal lottery. If it's non-monetary consideration, the person would have to make a, quote, substantial degree of effort for it to be considered consideration. In the past, substantial effort examples include attending an all-day sales presentation or going to a scavenger hunt. But simply watching a TV program or visiting a location one time was not considered substantial effort in North Carolina. So I could definitely see a North Carolina court saying that simply pressing the subscribe button does not qualify as a substantial effort necessary to make it consideration. Now, what makes this situation even more complicated is that sometimes MrBeast videos contain both a contest and a sweepstakes. So take, for example, the video 100 Boys versus 100 Girls for $500,000. Here are the rules.
I built 2 massive circles and put 100 boys in one and 100 girls in the other. And whichever circle has more people after 100 hours wins $500,000.
So if any player steps on the red line, they're eliminated.
I like how people jumped from morality to legality in this case. And imagine the gotcha that MrBeast would do if he said, oh yeah, by the way, all these videos are filmed on some fucking island where all these laws don't apply or some shit. Like
from the game, and during the 100 hours,
the whole
Mr.
thing
Beast
becomes fucking
players with
insane.
various offers, like giving one of the guys $10,000 for solving
end game
You know, for
gotcha.
the one guy in there that knows how to solve them, $10,000 to find out.
He also offered the girls a free car if they agreed to leave.
If Chris scratches it, it's coming with it. You don't have to get out, but whenever you do, your brand new car's right there.
Now that video was sponsored by a company called Current, and that company offered a separate sweepstakes. Now it looks like by the time of this video, which comes 2 years later, Mr. Beast either lawyered up or learned his lesson, because it seems like he knew what he was doing in this particular video, because this video allows participation in the sweepstakes without purchase. The description reads, no purchase or payment necessary to enter or win. Void outside the US and where prohibited, etc., more legalese. So the contestants, the viewers, did not have to join Current, the video sponsor, to enter into that particular sweepstakes. It links to other terms and conditions, and people had an opportunity to review the official rules to determine how the prize would be allocated. So it looks like sometime in the last 4 years, Mr. Beast got his act together and started complying with anti-lottery rules. Now, obviously, if you're running an illegal lottery, you'll want a good lawyer. But if you want a great lawyer, my law firm, the Eagle Team, can help. If you've suffered a data breach, especially if you got a letter saying that your social security number had been leaked, if you were involved in a car crash or have an immigration issue, it really does constitute a lottery, with all Mr. Beast videos that happen to involve prizes in general. But these are very different situations, and the analysis is different too. Mr. Beast is known for giving subscribers a chance to take part in his videos. And Dogpack takes issue with this, arguing that, quote,
he wins again!
Random subscribers and Steam challenges are actually never random. They're almost always local to Mr. Beast, and oftentimes friends and family of Mr. Beast employees, or just the employees themselves.
And he highlighted some specific videos he says backs up his claims, specifically the video Boys vs. Girls for $500,000. He says the whole thing was rigged because the contestants weren't random subscribers.
Alright, I watched this part. Yeah, I've seen this. Okay, can I be honest with you, Jet? I've watched all this. In my opinion, it remains the absolute exact same. No changes. Alright, you know what? Watch body cam footage of Trump attempt. We already saw that on the roof or whatever. Watch all the videos with spicy info. Okay, what part? Because I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole thing. This one?
A little bit here, Tim. I asked about what happened in the first 16 minutes of the video, which the video is a slow burn and starts off with a lot of stories about things being fake on the channel and whatnot, which surprised me. Right? And this is the exact clip that I talked about.
On the 4th day of 7 days stranded at sea, you can clearly see there's no one in the shelter. These are their empty beds. But after a hard cut, magically 5 people are awake, and 2 of the boys have bright yellow raincoats that they didn't have when it rained on day 2.
And after standing the whole night, completely soaked.
You didn't spend the night soaked, Jimmy. You slept on the production yacht. It's ironic because this is one of the...
And so, I was just surprised by this. Like, I'm watching this live, I'm reacting to it, I'm like, damn, I'm shocked Jimmy would do something that dumb, right? Like, for a guy who walks around saying I don't fake videos, for him to leave during the middle of the night, go onto a production yacht is crazy. Because I've done Mr. Beast videos, and in the ones I do, he doesn't let me fake them, right? I had to spend 31 hours.
When I watched it, I quietly said it was fake, and on top of that, I called the fucking birds fake, okay? Not only did I say it was fake, I said the birds were fucking fake. I said the whole thing was fake. I did though. You remember me boldly saying it. A fucking bird.
Hours on a plane crash. That
I hope that's what it means, but first, please clarify.
That happened, and I had to sleep on a plane wing. And so I was curious if this was either Dogpack extrapolating from the screenshot of them not being on the screen, that they obviously must not be on the raft. Where are they? Well, Jimmy's rich. They probably bought a yacht. Or if he had some insider intel. That is basically what happened. And this is where the initial allegations of controlled opposition started. And so for context, this is me having a call with Dawson, the Dogpack. Did you work on that video, or are you going off the video?
You are controlled opposition.
What does that mean?
It means you're trying to get me to reveal confidential information and break my NDA.
I don't know what your NDA is. I'm trying to ask questions about the freaking thing.
Oh, you know what an NDA is?
I do. Yeah, but I don't know what your NDA covers. Okay, what should I not ask you?
About any video?
Well, isn't it already technically breaking NDA by saying that about the NDA? I mean, guys, I'm not an NDA expert, but technically, it's pretty much breaking NDA by saying what is... Oh, you're trying to make me break NDA. That means that that's in the NDA, which means that you're leaking NDA, which is not... That's breaching the NDA.
Videos that I worked on.
And so Dawson just said not to ask him about any videos he didn't work on.
Yo, if you say, yo, dude, how much did you buy your house for? And I say, you're trying to make me break NDA. well, that pretty much says that I have an NDA that includes the price of the house. By definition, that breaks the NDA. No? Am I wrong by this or not?
But, you know, to be clear, I asked him when he worked at MrBeast Incorporated first.
I signed the first NDA February 22nd, and then, yeah, it was like April 20, whatever they said, April 20.
So basically February to April, even May or whatever you want to say, of 2024, of this year. That's when he worked there. But this video, 7 Days Stranded at Sea, came out August 2023. So I didn't think I was asking a question that broke his NDA. I thought I was asking a question about some intel he might have heard from a former employee or like, you know, someone he had worked with in the past. Not anything that he knew that he wasn't allowed to divulge. Point aside, ultimately, it doesn't matter. Because I did watch the rest of the video, and I did see the illegal lotteries, right? The forging the signatures, and didn't make enough comments about how that was wrong to do. And like, frankly, it is fucked up to sell hoodies that have your signature that somebody else signed on your behalf is wrong, right? You shouldn't do that. They should just sign with their names. It's fine if you get a hoodie and it's signed by like Tyler instead of MrBeast, but you just can't have Tyler sign on behalf of MrBeast. And personally, I think MrBeast should do right by those people. He's rich, fucking refund him, right? And then the illegal lottery, the same thing. When people do illegal lotteries in the United States and it goes to court, what happens? They give all the money they made from those illegal lotteries back, and they prove that their business practices have changed so it doesn't happen in the future, right? You know, he might even be able to...
Okay, so what happens in the end of this? Is there anything...
Like, kept the lights on. For money. You know, at least allow it to be a part of the contest instead of not turning the lights off and then also
like
making them run a marathon, which several times I admonished throughout the stream because it's like obviously a fucked up thing to do. And the Survivor comparison came up because I know he's saying Survivor's professional.
What's this?
Some fucked up shit's happened in Survivor. Bulgarian Survivor, a guy died, and then they continued to air the show and showed his death on air.
What?
French Survivor, somebody died. They died. It was like a 25-year-old. They died because the conditions of Survivor are very difficult on the heart and the body, right? Even the most recent edition of the American Survivor, Liz didn't take a shit for 16 days. That is when it becomes a medical emergency. So when you're past 2 weeks of not taking a shit, and so that's why I was thinking is like, okay, when that happens in the any way, shape, or form, if that's what he does, upload videos without ever voice. And just to be clear, people who are in my chat being cringe about the situation don't reflect how I feel about the situation. I tried to put it in members-only mode to curb that in the first place. And if you're wondering how I feel about it, I'll tell you right now. I think Jimmy needs to make a reply. Like, he technically doesn't need to. He uploaded a YouTube video and it got 120 million views. And he could probably continue to upload videos without ever replying and continue to get hundreds of millions of views. But I won't be able to support him. I won't support him in any way, shape, or form if that's what he does. Because I think he needs to reply specifically to why he hired a sex offender. Like, how did that happen? That's a crazy thing to do with a guy who runs a channel that is primarily targeted towards children, you know? Apologize to Jake Weddle. Like, how did that situation end up as it was? Were producers on it fired? Like, what course of action was taken? Like, how was right done? So no one else.
I still hold strong on this opinion, okay? Unless there's things that are deliberately made to target children, right? I don't label things as made for children. I fucking hate that argument. I hate when people use that against me, against Kai, against Ludwig. I don't like it. I think it's a dumb argument. Not fucking doing it.
Else is treated like Jake again, you know? Everyone who bought a forged MrBeast hoodie got to get their money back. They got scammed. I love a good scam, but that's probably a little too much. Everyone who participated in an illegal lottery needs to have right done by them, right? You need to just make up for everyone who participated in those because that is against the law. And then also show how you change your business practices so that doesn't happen again. And finally, I also need to know about like Beast Games. Like, what is going on there? Obviously, a lot of that's shrouded in secrecy and it's like, you know, little whispers. So what's actually
going on? It's not because they have children in your video that's aimed at children, okay? I'm pretty sure MasterChef children, okay, the target isn't even children, okay? It's like fucking, it's like moms and dads in their fucking 70s or some shit, okay? Chill out, brother. Chill out.
And that still doesn't account for him having to reply for things that haven't yet come out, right? Dogpack says like third part's coming out, and it's about how he covered up like sexual assault at the workplace, which is by far the most severe claim that has yet to come out, that will come out. And he'll have to make a reply to that too. And when I say have to, I mean like that's at the bare minimum what I expect from him. Now, I did talk.
Yeah, again, I feel like if you're going to make a claim like that, whatever, I feel like it's important to tackle it, announce it and tackle it in the one go. Doing in two instances, listen. I'm not saying anybody is right or wrong. I'm just saying if you're going to say, oh, I will cover this really fucking bad thing, I think it's probably better to do it in the one go and not leave it in the air for whatever amount of time, because that causes a lot of damage. If it ends up being not true, causes a lot of damage for no reason. Right? So just do it in one go.
To MrBeast, because I was actually supposed to partner with him. The timing's not great. Obviously, we had these conversations.
Why? Okay, imagine a worldwide say, guys, next week I will cover what's something that Destiny did that's fucking horrendous, anti-human behavior. We're doing that next week, this fucking bitch ass. Next week, I will call him out and show you guys what it is. Man, this guy's inhuman. I can't believe it.
Months before any of this came out. But Feastables, his chocolate bar company, was supposed to be one of the big sponsors for Streamer Games. And so it was inked. We were supposed to do it. I called him and I said two things. One, when are you going to reply? And he echoed what was said in the Dogpack video, which is when everything comes out, he's going to make one reply as opposed to a reply after every single video. So we'll see when that happens. And then two, he allowed me to pull out. So like for everyone saying I'm controlled up, I'm paid by MrBeast to defend him. Just so we're clear, I'm now losing 100K by not defending him, right? Like that's just on the opposite side. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. This event's going to lose money. And I know you might be thinking, Ludwig, you're a millionaire. That's true, but this doesn't reflect against me. It reflects against Off-Brand. It's not a decision I make lightly.
Okay, I mean, sure, he's entitled to that opinion. I think he's pandering. In my opinion, you want to say that I'm being harsh? Maybe I'm being harsh. Sorry, Luddy. I don't want to be too harsh. I just feel like he's pandering. That's all.